supposed to be pushed. Looks like it is. So we are on both YouTube and Facebook right now. Finally got this figured out last week. And the reason I do it this way is so we can get as many people as possible to hop on these calls, to ask questions, and to hopefully get something of value you could take away, implement in your business, and use to get better results. So before we kick this off, let's just make sure that we got this working correctly and you guys can actually leave comments. So if you're watching this right now and you can hear me, can you just say what's up in the chat box and let me know where you are joining from, where you are in the world right now? I'm coming to you from North Carolina today, but I'm curious where everybody else is. And once I confirm we have the comments going, we'll go ahead and kick this off. But got to do the audio visual check as always to make sure that I didn't mess this up. And it looks like we are good. Cool. So yeah, well, welcome everybody. Happy you are here. For everybody that's new, the way that I've been hosting these live streams for the past few weeks is that we get them posted online, and the format is literally ask me anything. So if you need any help growing your e-commerce store, if it's something specific to drop shipping, if it's something in general that just has to do with digital marketing, I'm more than happy to help and answer your questions any way I can. I'll tell you, when I first started doing these, I just told everybody, ask a question and we're not going to finish until I answer all of them. But I did that last week too, and we went for like almost 2 hours and questions kept coming in. So I think what we're going to do today is just put a cap on this of an hour. Reason being is schools are back open now where I'm living. So my 2-year-old is back in school. He's super excited for it, but I'm also afraid he's kind of freaked out because all of the teachers have to wear face masks. So I don't know how he's doing, but I want to go pick him up. So we're going to go for an hour, and any questions that come in that I can get to within the hour, you will be answered. So let me see here in the comments. I see we have got someone calling in from Layton, Utah. We have Mark in Fort Lauderdale. We have somebody in Norway. Nice. We have Robert is in Chicago. Very cool. So people calling in from all over the place. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, to start before I answer the questions from YouTube and Facebook is answer questions that were submitted on Instagram earlier today. What I would recommend you do, though, if you're watching this on one of those other platforms, is just go ahead and put your question in now. And again, the sooner you ask it, the better chance you have of me getting to it within the hour. I will also say that if you don't have any questions, I would still just recommend hanging out because I'm sure you can benefit from hearing the answer to somebody else's question. So let me go ahead, guys. The first one that came in from Instagram is from Martin, and it says, I have two suppliers that are asking for my EIN number. The IRS offices are closed, so I can't get my EIN. Should I start or wait? Well, I don't think that is accurate. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to share my other screen. It might have been accurate like last week or even a couple of weeks ago, but if you just go online on Google, I'm just going to search in Google in my search bar and just search EINIRS. You'll see, all the different search results. The first one is the one you want to click on. Let me zoom in. It says apply for an employer identification number online. Make sure the one that you go to is from the IRS's website, like the official IRS website. But when you come here, see it says hours of operation, Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. EST. When you're here, you can just click apply online now, and you can go through the process and do it without calling them. What you may be referring to, I haven't called them in a while, so I don't know if their phone support is open, if it's slow, if it's backed up, but just go online, make sure you do it on the official IRS website, and you can set it up that way. So it's pretty simple. Okay, let me come back here to this screen and see who else we have. We have JP says, hope all is well. Yeah, hope you're doing good too, JP. We have Eong is from Ghana. Okay, let me hop back in, guys. I'm going to get the YouTube and Facebook questions soon, but let me get a couple more Instagram ones first. And the next one we had was from Omar, and he says, what's the best alternative to Facebook ads for a low budget? Yeah, so, I talk about this a lot on my podcast, which is called eCommerce Lifestyle. and on our YouTube channel and in my program, Dropship Lifestyle. But you don't want to just start a store and from day one be running Facebook ads, especially not to what are known as cold audiences, which are people that don't know who you are yet, because your chances of getting them to buy are not great. The way you can do it is if you're selling like a direct response type product, meaning it's more of an impulse buy. But even then, it's not any way near guaranteed success. So here, let me show you what I recommend for really anybody that's just starting. So hopefully you guys can see my, my digital whiteboard screen right now. And what we'll have here in the middle is Shopify, right? So that's the platform that we use to build your e-commerce store and where you make your money. So if you're just starting and you're starting with a small budget, the things that you want to focus on and where I would recommend focusing right away is on, I'm just going to put G for Google Shopping. So Google Shopping ads are what you see here. Actually, you know what? I'm sharing my screen, so I might as well show you. If you go to, let's go to google.com and I'll search for, I don't know, what? Say like Redwood dining table. Is that even a thing? Let's find out. If you search for that on Google, what you'll see up here on the top, let me zoom in for you. It says, see Redwood dining table. Is it zooming? Come on. Oh, right. It's a different command because I'm on a PC over here. Yeah. So you see like up top, these different products, you see the images, you see the price, you see the store name, you see return policy, you could see reviews. So these are known as Google Shopping ads. And these have a very high return on ad spend because the people that click these, right, they know what they're going to. They know they're going to an e-commerce store. So you can start here with a small budget. But this is a new update as of, I think, only a few weeks ago. If you come up here in the top and click shopping, now, this is the full Google Shopping results. And you'll see up top, I can't draw on the screen right now, but the whole top row, these are all paid, meaning the companies that are here are paying to advertise there, which I recommend you do. But then all of the results down here now are now free. So a few weeks ago, Google Shopping became free again. They used to be free like back when I started with them, and they were free probably until 4 or 5 years ago. Then they became paid, but the way it works now is it's a mixture of free and paid. So I would definitely recommend, let's come back to the whiteboard here just so I can show you what I'm talking about. I would definitely recommend setting up Google ads when you're first getting started. Again, Google Shopping ads. I teach you this all the way. By the way, in my program, Dropship Lifestyle. So if you're new here, go to that link on the screen after this call, dropshipwebinar.com, and you can see how I do this. But I recommend setting them up and sending them to your Shopify store. Do them both free and paid to get your best results. And then the only time you want to start with Facebook ads in the beginning is for what is known as DPAs, dynamic product ads, and those are remarketing ads for the people that have visited your store and not bought. But the people that are visiting your store in the beginning, again, you want them both from free and paid Google Shopping ads because you can do it with a small budget and it's the most targeted traffic, the people that are most likely to buy. So let me switch this up now and come back into the question box. And for everybody that just hopped on, because I see the numbers are picking up, welcome. For everybody that's new, again, the way this works, these live streams, is I just try to help you if there's anything you're struggling with, anything you've, I don't know, that maybe that's been causing you to hesitate, anything you just need some clarity on, just go ahead and ask your question, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'm going to work my way through. I'm going to answer your questions, but we're going to go for about an hour today. So the sooner you ask your question, the better chance there is that I can get to it. So if you have something, just go ahead and ask it. Or if you're just hanging out, just say what's up in the chat too. I appreciate that. And also, if you're watching and you're getting any value at all, do me a favor, hit the like button, and please do just leave a comment, even if you just say, you know, whatever, like what's up, like getting value. Really appreciate that because it helps the platforms know that people are actually watching. It shows this to more people. And again, the goal is it helps more people to build their businesses even stronger. Now, let's go ahead and go to the next question we have here. And this was from Isaac, and he said, is it a good time to start an e-commerce store in the since the market is down? Yes, yes, yes. So here, let me come back to my digital whiteboard here. So I'm talking about, you know, here, let me put Facebook so you're aware that this is Facebook dynamic product ads. I'm talking about how to start with a small budget, right? Right now, what we've seen over the past probably 6 weeks now is our ad costs are drastically down. They're dramatically down. Right now, about 30% on both platforms respectively, okay? So here, put ad costs are down about 30%. Now, why is that? It's because all the local businesses aren't advertising right now because they can't have people come through their doors. It's also because there's a lot of other online companies right now that are either, just running a business that they're not confident in, or they're out of inventory, or they're scared to advertise. So there's less competition. And the way that paid ads work, at least the way that we run them, is that it's an auction basically. So if I say I'm willing to spend $1 for a certain type of traffic, and you say I'm willing to spend $1.10, then you would win that auction. And the more people that are bidding on certain things, the higher the price goes. But right now there's so much less people bidding that the costs are way down. So this is a great time to start. Also, I did say in the email I sent out this morning that I am going to have like an announcement that I wanted to share with everybody on here. So it's not quite ready yet, but I do want to let you know. I'm going to give you a heads up now, and I can answer questions on it maybe like later in an hour or so. But I'm going to be doing a live program over the next 6 weeks every Friday. And in that program, I'm going to show you how we're making the most out of these lower ad costs right now, how we're creating audiences, how we're filling the audiences, how we're creating offers for those audiences, how we're promoting the offers, how we're following up after we get customers to make the most out of these dramatically lower ad costs. Again, it's not quite ready yet. It will be ready later today. So if anybody already owns a business, and I should say that this is best for people that already are selling something online. If you are and you want to learn more about this, comment on this video and just say learn more. And then what I'll do later today, or have somebody on my team do, is just post a link and respond to your comment once that's ready, maybe in the next hour, hour and a half or so. But comment learn more below if you're interested in that. Okay, let me keep going through the questions now though. So the next one says, how much should we set the price at on our website so that customers won't think twice before purchasing? Yeah, so that's, pretty simple. The way that we do this is we just sell for what suppliers say we should sell for. Let me actually pull this back up and I'll show you. So when you get approved with suppliers, if you're following the Dropship Lifestyle business model, they give you price lists that have 3 different prices on them. The first price is wholesale. And wholesale is what you pay to your supplier, right? That's like your cost of goods. So let's just say hypothetically wholesale on a specific product is $200. That means whenever you buy it from your supplier, you pay $200. Now the next price they give you is what's known as MAP. That stands for minimum advertised price, and that should be at least double wholesale. So hypothetically, MAP for a $200 product would be $400. Then the third price that you'll get when you get approved with suppliers is what's known as MSRP, manufacturer's suggested retail price, and that might be, in this scenario, $500. So if you get price lists, and this is what it looks like, what you would do is have on your website $500 marked as the price of the product, right, on your store. Then you would have that strike through, or struck through, I guess is the term. Then the actual sale price that the person would see when they were going to buy from you would be $400. So that's MAP. So that's how you choose the price you're going to sell at. And then the $200 is just what you would pay your supplier when you ordered that product from them. But yeah, we don't just make up prices. We actually get them directly from our suppliers. So makes it pretty simple. Okay, next question is from BG, and it says, what is your favorite niche for drop shipping? So here, let me just show you this, because I don't like to just say like, oh, here's what niche you should use, because the truth is there's thousands of them. But what I would recommend you do is go to dropshiplifestyle.com/blog. If somebody can post that in the comments, that would be great. But if you go to dropshiplifestyle.com/blog, the pinned post that we have, let me share it, is the top 10 niches of 2020. And on that post, you'll get the top 10 niches that I listed out for 2020. You'll also get the reason why I think they're so great. And then you'll get the top 10 niches of the previous, 5 years now. So a lot there for you to take in and to go through. Again, if somebody could share that link, please, it's dropshiplifestyle.com/blog. If somebody could put that in the chat. Okay, let me hop back into the questions. What do we got here? So a lot of questions like, again, is this a good time to get into dropshipping using the Dropship Lifestyle business model? So I'm not just going to keep answering that because I covered that already. So hopefully you guys are all good and taken care of there. Somebody said, I want to ask about the process to take on Instagram and Facebook ads. Here, so let me come back into the screen share and just try to make, somebody said, stop saying niche, it's niche. Yeah, not for me. I respect your freedom to say it however you want. What I wanted to share here though, somebody asked about how to get started with Facebook and Instagram. So let me zoom in. Hopefully you could see this bigger. So again, when you're first building, I don't recommend that you send cold traffic or front-end traffic to your store from Facebook or from Instagram because they don't have buying intent, right? So what you want to do is start by sending traffic, again, from Google Shopping, both free and paid. Send that to your Shopify store. And then the way you want to set up your Facebook and Instagram is extremely simple. Facebook owns Instagram, so you're basically making one ad campaign. Here, let me do this in a different color so you could see it. I'm just going to write in Facebook Biz Manager. To start, you're going to make one campaign and just call it DPA, right? Dynamic Product Ads. Now, in that campaign, you can make multiple ad sets. So I'll just write like ad set 1, and maybe this one is going to be remarketing for 7 days. And I'll put that's not how you spell it. I'll put WV for website visitors. So this would be people that have visited your website in the past 7 days. Maybe you'll make ad set 2, and that will be 14 days WV for website visitors. So people that have visited your website in the past 14 days. And then you can make 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. You can make as many of these as you want. But inside of these ad sets, you're going to be choosing who you target, meaning who do you want to see them. So for the ad set in 7 days, you're going to want this to show to people that have visited your website in the past 7 days, but that have not completed their purchase. In the 14-day, it's going to be people that have visited your website in the past 14 days, but you're going to exclude the people that have purchased from you, and you're going to exclude the people that are in this custom audience called 7-day website visitors. And the reason you do that is so they're not all mixed in together. And what's cool about this is the ads within these ad sets. And again, this is for both Facebook and Instagram because it's one and the same. You could just choose both placements in your Facebook Business Manager. What's cool about this is the ads, since they're all like what I talked about here, the DPAs, the dynamic product ads, they're being created basically automatically. The things that people see in the ads are the products that they already saw on your website. This is just bringing them back. So that is definitely the best way to get started. With that being said, guys, there are a bunch more questions on Instagram, but I think I answered them. Not maybe if I didn't read your question directly, I think I answered it in one of the other answers. So hopefully that helped you there. Let me hop back in now. I'm going to go over to Facebook and I'm going to answer a bunch of questions from Facebook. And then we're going to get to the YouTube questions as well. Again, let me just pop this up. I mentioned this before, but if anybody already has a business, right? You're already selling something online. You already have either a Shopify store or a WooCommerce store, even if you're selling something on ClickFunnels and you want to get more information on this new program I'm training about how to get more sales in the next 6 weeks and how to do it by leveraging different paid traffic sources, then comment learn more below, and we will post more information on this later today when that is ready. But if you have something for sale, you definitely want to comment learn more, and I will send you or respond to your comment later, I should say. Okay. With that being said, the first question I see from Facebook is from Robert. And Robert said, as far as product uploads, every supplier so far has me just take their info from their website. This has been very tasking. Would you recommend sourcing to Fiverr or Upwork, or are there reasons not to do that? Okay, Robert, great question. And yeah, every supplier you get approved with will have a different system for how you should upload products to your store. If they have tons of products and they're saying that, just, go to our website and get the information, you definitely could outsource that. Right now, all of our team that we work with that's remote, we hire through onlinejobs.ph. So I would recommend checking that out. The thing that you have to be very careful about whenever you're having somebody else upload products for you is to make sure that they are not messing up things like product names and images and pricing. So this is more common. Let me pop this off. This is more common and something that you'll see if you outsource, or even if you do it yourself sometimes, a huge CSV or Excel sheet with tons of products. Sometimes just one line can get mixed up. And then instead of product A matching up with the price for product A, maybe product A now has the price for product B, and product B now has the price for product C, and so on and so on and so on. And then you have hundreds or thousands of products uploaded where the price doesn't accurately reflect what the product is. Then somebody goes to your website. They're like, wow, this product that's supposed to be $1,000 is $500 at this store. I want it. So it can be confusing. So what I would say is totally you can outsource that. But what you want to do is spot check all of the work, mainly to make sure that images, product names, and prices make sense and they are what they're supposed to be, so that you don't get into a situation where your pricing isn't what it should be. So hope that answers that question. Okay, the next question is from Ryan on Facebook, and Ryan says, do you recommend still calling suppliers if they have a form for traders that want to apply to be a supplier? Yeah, Ryan, what we do when different websites have an application on them to be a retailer is we go ahead and we fill that out, but then we follow up with a call. So let's just say you had Ryan Surfboards. I would go to your website, I would fill out the dealer form, and then I would call and I would say, hi, I just filled out the online retailer application. I was hoping I could speak to somebody about getting our account approved. So still prefer calling, but if they are basically saying this is what you need to do, fill it out, then call. Okay, Ruthie says, hi, Anton. Thanks for the Q&A. You are welcome, Ruthie. Happy to do it. Raymond says, will Dropship Lifestyle work in the UK? Would the approach be different than the US? Yeah, Raymond, we have a bunch of successful students in the UK. This definitely works there. What I'll tell you is one of the bonuses we give to members of Dropship Lifestyle is called our Doing Business Abroad course. Again, you get that in your members area, and that just shows you how to modify our core training to countries that have a smaller population. But yeah, it definitely works. Okay. Dorothy says, Dory from Deer Park. Oh, you're on Long Island? I grew up in Freeport and Merrick. I think we were close by. And I lived in Long Beach for a long time. Do you have to write blog stories for the website products? No, you don't need a blog at all. I do teach some strategies for making a few pieces of pillar content, but it's not like something you must do. It's something that you should consider more long-term though. Okay, Everlyn said, will it work in Kenya? That's a question from Facebook too. I'll tell you, I think you might have to do business in a different country, but I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that is in Dropship Lifestyle that's doing business in Kenya. Okay. Oliver says, hi, Anton. What do you think about the niche of home gaming setups? I saw that you said in 2019 it was good. Is it still a good niche to go with in 2020? Yeah, Oliver, I would actually assume that anybody that's selling home gaming setups, like, gaming chairs or gaming desks or any of those crazy type of things like you sit inside and mount your computers to, I'd assume people that are selling those type of things right now are having breakout sales months because there are a bunch of people that are home right now that are buying things for their home office or battle stations or, gaming setups because people are stuck at home. So yes, definitely. But like anything else, I should mention this, it's not just about what niche you're getting into. It's about what suppliers you're working with. It's about how you're getting traffic. It's about how you're optimizing for conversions. But, from a surface level, yes, that would definitely be good. And let me pop this up too. For anybody that's new that wants more information on how we basically build stores, how we pick niches, how we verify they're good, check out dropshipwebinar.com. Do it after this call though, so you don't miss out on the Q&A. Okay, so another similar, actually, let me answer this one first. Ronald said, So how do you get traffic to a new store if not via paid ads? Yeah, Ronald, I don't know if you asked that earlier. I did talk about, how to start basically. Google Shopping ads, both free and paid. You can start the paid side with a small budget, but free you can get set up right away. Your ads will get approved within a few days. Okay, Andrea says, another Facebook question, then we'll hop into to YouTube. Andrea says, hi, Anton. Do you think the office niche is still a good niche? Many people are now working from home. Is there a niche for home office? Yeah. Andrea, this is kind of similar to the gaming setups, 100%. So what I like about both of those, right? Whether it's like gaming setups or home office furniture, those are evergreen niches. So people were buying that stuff online 10 years ago. They were buying it online 5 months ago. They were buying it 3 months ago. They probably are buying it at breakout levels now. They're going to be buying it next year. They're going to be buying it in 5 years. They're going to be buying it in 10 years. So I like to sell things like that overall are either flat or trending up. I don't like just some quick, something that's trending for a few months, then gone. I like selling these evergreen products, but yeah, definitely. Okay, the next question is from Ruthie. And Ruthie says, will the course be updated to include the Google free ads now? Are the free ads also PLAs? Thanks. Yeah, Ruthie. So I'm going to make a slight tweak on that training video, but the way it works now, when you upload your products to Google Merchant Center, basically they can just all be pushed into free. Just that's it. Like they'll all be there in the free section. And then as always, when you're setting up your Google ads, when you're setting up your Google shopping campaigns, you can choose what products you want to import into those. So just as always, you can choose which ones you want to pay for. The others you can just have pushed through for free. Okay. Next question. Where was it? Eamon says, how is print on demand to make money? Yeah, I know people do it, but my whole philosophy in business is not to sell inexpensive products, because you need to sell a ton of $25 t-shirts to make money when you don't need to sell that many $2,000 products. So yeah, it's possible, but in my opinion, it's too much work for too little money. Okay, Ben Franklin, is that your real name? Ben Franklin says, hi, Anton. Would you explain the value a customer would have with buying from a retailer's online store versus buying from the supplier? Yeah. So Ben, with the type of suppliers and brands that we sell for, their goal is not to be a direct response company. So they're not saying like, what are some big direct response companies now? Okay, Diff Eyewear, Snow Teeth Whitening. There's all these companies that their business is manufacturing products, building the e-commerce store, driving traffic, fulfilling orders, building the community, right? That's called direct to consumer. The type of brands that we sell for, their business is to make great products and then have companies like us sell their products for them. So we're not competing with them in terms of trying to get sales. Instead, we are a part of their business where our job is to bring in sales and their job is to make great products and fulfill the orders. Okay, and thank you for everybody that shared the link. Susan said, hello from NC. What is up? Hope you're doing well. Got a gorgeous day out here. Okay, Ruthie said, so Ruthie had her site designed by Dropship Lifestyle and said, we created 2 pics on the homepage slideshow. I needed to add another pic to cover some of my other products. Is it possible for your team to do this? Yeah, Ruthie, please send an email and just email in, say, hey, you built this site for me. This is what I'm looking to do. And we can help you out with that. If you email support@dropshiplifestyle.com, that is the best place to do it. Craig says, hi, where can you get reliable suppliers? Yeah, go to that website after this live stream. Go to dropshipwebinar.com and I walk you through the process there. Nope. And Dorothy is in Deer Park, Washington. Okay, we weren't neighbors. Next question says, please tell me what is the best budget to start? Yeah. So, the best budget to start, like I typically recommend if you can do between $500 and $1,000 your first month, then that would be, pretty good. It would get you a sizable amount of traffic. It should get you sales. It should make you profitable, and it should give you enough data to make decisions on how to optimize your ads. Good thing on that though, I will say, is when you're first getting started, we show you how to get a $100 voucher from Google. So $100 in free ads, and then a $100 voucher from Facebook ads. So you're basically starting plus 200, which is pretty sweet. Okay, now I'm going into to YouTube. So thank you guys all for hanging out. And let me just say, for everybody that hopped on a little bit later, we are going to be going for about an hour today. I think I definitely still have time for more questions. So if you already asked, I will answer it. But if you didn't ask yet, go ahead and post your comment, and I will get to you. Okay, so on YouTube here, actually, I could put the YouTube comment on the screen. Let me pop this off. Robert says, do you provide shipping labels to your suppliers that include your logo and business address? Are your suppliers ever hesitant to use your labels? No, Robert, we don't do that. So our suppliers print it out themselves. Some of them actually do put our logo on, but that's not common at all. And for the return address, it's their warehouse. So the way it works with the type of suppliers we work with is if somebody receives their product and they don't want it for any reason, they want to return it, it doesn't come to me or to us. It goes back to the supplier. So we don't have our business address on those packages. It's the return shipping address. Okay, so Nai Lam, I don't know if I said that right, says, I am now living in Norway, so I want to do dropshipping in Norway, but I don't know Norwegian. Don't want to put a phone number because I don't my budget limit. I don't know my budget limit. What should I do? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never done business in a country where the people don't speak English, and I had to figure out how to, deal with things like customer service and order processing. Honestly, I don't know how you would do that. If you understand the language and you can be able to do things like run ads, write product descriptions, write email copy, contact suppliers and get approved, that's one thing. But if you don't speak the language at all, I don't know how that would be possible unless you brought on a business partner that speaks both English and Norwegian that handles all of that. You can be like, if it's a second language and you're just not that confident, that's one thing, but not speaking it at all, I don't know how you would ever do that. Okay, Arnold says, do you think community engagement can make or break a store? No, it's not going to make or break it. Community engagement can definitely help to build this kind of snowball effect and to build those compounding sales. It's a great idea. It's actually something that I am going to be walking people through in that new 6-week training I was talking about. If you didn't comment yet, you want to learn more about it, comment, learn more. I'll tell you about it later, but it's not necessary. Okay. This is more of, again, that compound effect. So some ways you can build the community effect is by having a social presence that's not just posting link after link after link, that doesn't have any personality behind it. What you want to do is create engaging content. You want to ask questions of your audience. You want to know who your audience is. So you're actually getting them to do things like respond to your posts, to share them, to like them, where you're getting them to tag people. You want to be able to create things like blog posts that actually speak to your customer avatar. So when you email out, hey, we just put out this new blog post or this new buyer's guide or whatever it is, you want people in your audience to rush to your website, to read that thing and to comment on it, right? So again, it's not going to make your business successful, but it will give you that snowball effect that leads to a much higher return on ad spend over time. Okay, let me hop back in now, see what the next question was. Max says, pull it up here. Thanks for doing this, Anton. Quick question about pricing for big and heavy items. I plan to offer free shipping, but I'm wondering how to go about baking these costs into my pricing. Thank you. Okay, Mac, good question. Let me pull this back up here. So the way you need to do this is, I do recommend offering free shipping, by the way, because basically everybody offers free shipping. You just need to be sure that when you're reviewing price lists from your suppliers, this is going to be after you're approved for an account, because that's when they're going to send you the price list. You need to make sure there's enough of what I call spread in between your wholesale price and your map cost that you can cover shipping and ads and be able to maintain at least a 25% net profit margin. So let's just say, we'll do two different examples here, okay? Let's say this is sale price. So what you're selling the product for. Let's say there was a product you were selling for $400 and that was my, Alexa's making noise. Why does that always happen? I didn't say anything. Okay. So you have that's weird. That thing is making sounds like a dog barking. Let me push the mute button. Somebody hack my Alexa. Okay, so the sale price could be $400 or $1,000, right? So that would be what you sell the product to your customer. Then let's say your wholesale cost is still that 50%. It's half of the sale price, which is also MAP. So here it would be $200. Here it would be $500. Probably should have switched the colors, but whatever, you get it. So what's the spread, right? What's the profit here? Gross. Well, on this one, it would be 200. On this one, it would be 500. So the next thing that you want to look at is what would your ad costs be? So I don't want to get less than a 10x return on ad spend. And what that means is I'll spend up to 10% of the sale price to get the sale. I'll do that all day long. So here I'm going to put ad cost. What that means is to get a $400 sale, I'll spend up to $40, again, 10% of that price. And to get a $1,000 sale, I'll spend up to $100, again, 10% of $1,000. Now, by the way, let me just check in because I'm not sure. Is Facebook still working? If you guys are still getting me on Facebook, do me a favor, give the video a like or a heart or one of those weird hug things. But let me know because I'm not sure if this feed is still working. I haven't seen any new comments. Yeah, do that over there and then I'll know we're still good. But let me keep moving forward with this example now. And we'll be left with the new potential profit, right? So here we are looking at 160 and here we are looking at 400. Now, the thing that you might have noticed is we don't have shipping here yet, right? So you have to be able to pull out shipping. And based on the size and the weights of the items, this first one could be profitable or it could be break even. So what you would want to see is, again, like how much can I afford for shipping and how much does shipping actually cost? And you can just ask your suppliers for shipping quotes before you sell anything so you can basically get an idea. But if each of these products, let's just say they were the same size and weight, if they each cost $100 to ship, because again, the amount you sell it for doesn't affect shipping, well then here, your potential profit is $60 on 400 and it's 300 here on 1,000. So you want to look at these numbers and see on the low end, is the profit high enough where it makes sense? Again, I always want to see it at least 25%. So that's kind of how we get the numbers. We work backwards. Okay. I hope that answers your question. Sevaton says, testing products in Facebook, what type of campaign would you choose? Here, let me switch too soon. Let me come back here. So we don't test products on Facebook, right? We build stores. We do our research in advance. By the way, again, if you want to know how we do our research to verify niches and suppliers, go to dropshipwebinar.com after this call. But what we do is we make sure before we build a website that we can make money in that niche. Now, when we're setting up this campaign that I talked about before, you see here in Facebook Business Manager, a dynamic product ad campaign, this is set up. Can you see this part? Let me pull this off the screen so you can see it. This campaign is a CBO, so campaign budget optimization, and we bid for reach. So what that means is we're making sure that Facebook is actually showing it to our audience. So we're not choosing the conversion objective. We're choosing reach, again, to make sure that we can bid what we need to bid. So everybody that visited our website, whether it be in the last 7 days or last 14 days, sees those ads. Okay. Next question. Okay. Abdal says, I'm new to eCom. Do you have an office in North Carolina? Please give me the phone number and address. No, so we have a studio here and we use the studio to bring in different products and to do like product shoots and to, basically just have quarterly meetings with the team, but it's not like a place open for the public or anything like that. So, sorry. Next question. Mohammed says, hi, will this recording be available on YouTube later as well? Yeah, Mohammed, it should. We've never had a problem with this specific setup with replays not posting. So assuming it works as usual, there should be a recording of this later. Okay, we have Marcin is from Edinburgh. Nice. Lydia says, let me pull that up. Hi, I'm creating my demo store. Do you need real products or can you make them up? Yeah, Lydia, so I actually recommend using fake products, if you want to call it that. So let's just say hypothetically you were selling surfboards. What I would recommend you do is go onto Google, and then here, let me actually just, I could show you, right? We got the screen share. Come here. Can I show you? Where's my mouse? Come on, mouse. Okay, so you can just go to Google. And again, let's say you were selling surfboards. So I'm going to search for surfboards, surfboard, whatever. And then I would come here where it says images. And then I would click here where it says tools or settings. Let's see. Click settings. No, it's tools. It says, you see here, it says usage rights. I'm not sure if you could see that, if it's too small or not, but you can go to labeled with reuse for modification, labeled for reuse, labeled for non-commercial reuse, whatever. But these are basically, it's a way to get royalty-free images. So you can come here, you could try to find some images you can use. So here's some surfboards, whatever. Download those images, make listings on your store. Maybe it says something like, 6-foot blue surfboard with floral pattern, write like a basic description and do it that way. So you're basically just making up products. Again, a key thing there is you're not doing it to like trick anybody or anything. You're doing it so that suppliers can envision what their products will look like when they go to your store. So that is my advice there. And cool, I see on Facebook, Steen Elsa sent stars. I appreciate that. I'll tell you, I don't know what that means yet or how it's going to affect the channel. I saw last week in my Facebook Business Manager, it said like you're now eligible for stars. So like click here to enable it. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're the first person to send them. And now I get to see what it actually means once we wrap this up. But thanks for kicking that off. Okay, what's the next question? From Mac, he says, how soon do you start outsourcing elements of your business for tedious tasks that tend to take up lots of time? Yes, great question. So I'm a huge fan of outsourcing. I'm a huge fan of hiring. I'm a huge fan of working with virtual assistants and contractors. The thing with outsourcing is you got to make sure you know how the process works before you expect somebody to do it for you. It's super important. So whether that be things like uploading products, whether that be things like answering live chats or phone calls, whether that be things like optimizing your ads. Yes, you can outsource all of them, but my advice for you is do it yourself first, learn how it works, create a simple Google document that goes through the steps of how you do each thing. These documents are known as SOPs, that's standard operating procedures. And then you can hire somebody, you can give them your SOP. They can know this is what I should do in different situations. And then as they start doing that work, you actually know if they're doing good or they're doing bad because you already did it yourself and you have that knowledge of it. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Learn the system, do it yourself, outsource it, and then you could manage people better. But yeah, basically as soon as possible. Barbara just says, this is awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, Barbara. Happy you are here. Tech Nui says, I'm kind of confused picking a niche, kind of stuck between 4 niches. Okay, let me show you this. Give me 1 second here. I'm using this program, little behind the scenes, as I pull this up to show Tech Nui, called Logitech Flow. And what it allows me to do is use my computer and my mouse on a Mac, and then literally it moves and it goes over to a PC. So it's like, it's very strange because it doesn't always go. And yeah, that's why some of these things are a little delayed, but hopefully not too delayed. But here, let me show you this. Yeah. So what you want to do is when you're in Dropship Lifestyle, I'm assuming you're a member if you already have 3 niches, is log into the members area and then click on Dropship Blueprint where it says start lesson. And then when you do this, wait for it to load. I don't want to open that right now. What you can do is in the sidebar, see here, it says get your niche verified. When you click this, it's going to open up our niche verification and you can go ahead and enter the 4 different niches that you're considering. I saw you said you narrowed it down to 4. And then what we're going to do is use the data that we have and use the experience we have of literally building hundreds of stores to give you feedback and give you the green light on one of them. But again, in the members area, click get your niche verified. Okay, let me try to move my keyboard and mouse back to the Mac. Eric says, hi, where do I get my reseller's permit? Why didn't that question come up? There you go. It depends on what state you're in. So wherever your business is located or wherever you registered your business, just go on Google, type in that state name and reseller certificate or sales tax permit. They're the same thing. And you'll find an application online, but it varies from state to state. Robert says, do your suppliers honor warranties to your end customers, even though in the end, the customer did not purchase directly from your supplier? Yeah, Robert, they do. If they didn't, that should be clear in the agreement that we sign when getting approved. But I've never had that happen before where they didn't. Okay. Marcin says, I'm a bit concerned about my competitors not ranking in Google. Why is that? I don't know, but I wouldn't be concerned about that. I'd be excited about that. That's a good thing. It means you have opportunity. Here, let me show you again. If you're a member of Dropship Lifestyle, check this out. In the program, come on, Logitech. Where's my mouse? What you want to do is scroll down and go, here, let's do it this way, touchscreen. Go into module 6. And in module 6, there is this lesson here, 6.5. It's called Search Engine Domination. And I'm not showing the right question either. Where is that? Here you go, Marcin. What you want to do is watch this lesson. So this is a 2.5-hour training on how we optimize our e-commerce stores for Google organic ranking. Watch this 2.5-hour training, implement everything I say, and then your competitors will be wondering how you rank and how they don't. So yeah, 6.5 in the Dropship Blueprint is all about, again, 2.5-hour training on everything we do for SEO. Okay. Touchmaster says, please, can you tell us how I can ship my products from China faster? How do I find storage? Yeah, so we don't drop ship from China. All of the suppliers we work with are domestic, meaning they have products located in the countries that we do business. My advice for you is if you don't have a way to do that, just work with a fulfillment center that you can ship products to in bulk. Sell them from your store, and then have the 3PL or the fulfillment center ship direct to your customers for you. So you just have to lay out a little bit more cash in the beginning, or you can just do what we do and work with domestic suppliers that already have them in stock. Okay, Alex says, what is the fastest you've seen somebody scale their first store, and what tends to be the average? So I can answer the first part of that question. We've had people within the first few weeks making like tens of thousands of dollars in sales, which is amazing. So that's great. I don't know an average because, as you could probably imagine with Dropship Lifestyle or any type of online program, we have a bunch of people enroll, but the amount of people that actually even log in once and watch module 1 and then move through to module 2 and 3 and 4, as you get through more and more work that has to get done, the amount of people that actually do the work drops down. So I don't know averages like that. What I will say is I truly believe that anybody that becomes a member of Dropship Lifestyle, that follows along, that does the work, that asks questions when they get stuck, will see results. But I can't put a timeline on it because everybody's different. Okay. Lorraine says, I've run out of motivation and steam. What's your best piece of advice? Lorraine, I get stuck sometimes too. Like, if you're not getting results yet, what that would mean to me is there's obviously either more work that has to be done or just more optimization that has to get done. I would highly recommend, if you haven't read it already, let me see if I can pull it up here. I could show you. I would highly recommend that you read the book called Do the Work by Steven Pressfield. This is a book that I've read a few times in my life, and I've read it whenever I've got to the point where I feel kind of lazy and I'm not doing what I know needs to be done to get results. So here, this is what it looks like. Whoops. Do the Work by Steven Pressfield. It's 100 pages, but it just talks about why we as humans delay things and don't do what we know needs to be done. Quick read, highly recommended. Again, Do the Work. I would recommend you read that. KK says, why do you do these videos? So I haven't, up until probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, I hadn't done a live stream on Facebook or YouTube in 3 years. And what happened is the coronavirus hit and everybody was stuck at home, including me. And I realized that our view time and the amount of people trying to connect on social was way up. So I thought, why not, right? Like, I'm home. Well, I'm in our studio now, but basically I'm home. I can't travel. I can't do what I want to do. I can't go where I want to go. You're home. You can't travel. You can't go anywhere and do what you want to do. So why not make the most out of this time? And instead of me just, making new ads and writing more copy and building new stores, why don't we just spend an hour together every week where I can answer questions? And hopefully, again, the point of this isn't for like these live streams to be a step-by-step process where it's like, do this, do that, do this. That's what you get at dropshipwebinar.com. So again, go there if you're new. But the point is, if you get even one little takeaway from your question or somebody else's question, and you can implement that, then we can all grow together and we can still have a great 2020, right? Because so far, business-wise, it's good, but life-wise, I've had to cancel like 4 trips already, and could be worse, right? Knock on wood. It could be sick and could have lost people. So I'm not complaining, like really complaining, but yeah, that's why. Might as well use this time for the best. Okay. Max says, is there a way to syndicate or use Google product reviews in my store? Many of my items have existing reviews from Google Shopping. So Mac, I don't know of a way to do it like without permission. So what we like to do is when we get approved with new suppliers, we just ask them if they have any existing product reviews that we can use. If we find, like, we don't just ask, like, first I'll try to find, let's say I get approved with supplier ABC and I go online and I search for, supplier ABC reviews. And then I look up their different product reviews. If I get all of like what I can find online, if it's from either something like Google Shopping or if it's from their website directly, I'll just ask them, hey, we found these reviews. Can we use them on our site? So yeah, I don't know of an automated way. And again, we ask. Okay, what's been your experience with pay-per-click on Bing? Can you recommend any other underutilized traffic sources? Yeah, I mean, everything that I just showed you in like, here, let me do this again. Come on, mouse. Why aren't you moving? Whatever, I'll just show it this way. How do I go back? What I would recommend is oh, I'm sorry. Why is that question up there? There you go. What I would recommend is everything that I teach in module 6, which is about getting traffic in the Dropship Blueprint. So, I teach you how to build an e-commerce sales funnel, teach you how to use Google Ads for e-commerce, teach you how to use Bing ads, which yes, they do work. Teach you how to use influencer marketing, blog banner ads, search engine optimization, paid social traffic. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, even LinkedIn for some stores. Show you how to do retargeting, show you how to use the hourglass funnel, which is turning one customer into many. And then You've Got Mail. I show you there how to do email marketing and how we do it. So these are the main things that work on every store we build. There are more specific examples based on if you're selling something that's either, in a prohibited niche or in something that's like more niche specific, I guess, that isn't mainstream. But for every store, these are the things that we always do. Okay, take the comment off. Answered that. Steven said, thoughts on home decor and furniture? Yeah, I saw somebody commented that Wayfair is a multi-billion-dollar business. Yeah, I mean, anything like that that's evergreen, that people are constantly buying, again, over time, is good. So yes, you want to do that. It's so funny. Somebody said, drop shipping versus drop servicing. It got cut off, but that's what they meant to say. Yeah, I've seen that too. In like the YouTube recommendations, it says, how to start a drop servicing business. All that is outsourcing. It's like owning an agency where you sell something like logo design. People buy that from you and then you outsource the logo design to somebody else for less money. So that's a business, but that is it's a service business, right? So I don't know if you've ever had a service business in the past, but I don't recommend that. It's more work for less money. Again, from my experience and in my opinion. Okay, answered that. Okay, this is a fair question. Let me see what time it is. How are we doing here? Okay, so I said we're going to go for about an hour. We might go a little bit over just because there are a bunch of questions. Honestly, if you haven't asked one yet, I can't guarantee I'm going to get to it because I see we have a bunch more. What I will tell you is I'm going to keep answering questions for the next 15 minutes or so. And then also I'll probably do another live stream next Monday. So, hop on early for that next one and ask your questions then. And the earlier you ask, the better chance of me answering them. Also, I'm just going to say this again for everybody that hopped on a little bit late. If you enjoy like these Q&As and you want to go through a guided 6-week training where I'm literally showing people how to get more money into their businesses now by creating new audiences, by filling those audiences, by creating offers for those audiences, by making ads, by basically getting more value from every customer that buys from you. I'm going to be training people on that over the next 6 weeks in live training sessions. I don't have the information right now. It will be available later today. So if you want to know more about that, again, comment, learn more, and we will respond later today with the link when that is set up and ready to get signed up for. But let me go ahead and hop back into the questions now. And yeah, great question here from Robert. He says, how long would you give the life of a niche before moving on to another? So Robert, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but the way that we do research and the way that we verify niches, once we build a store, I'm not going to tell you we know to the dollar how much money it's going to make, but we know that it could work. So if we build it after doing our research and it's not profitable, then it's not a matter of, okay, let's shut this down. It's a matter of, okay, let's tweak our ads. Okay, let's optimize our product pages. Okay, let's find a new supplier. Okay, let's create this product offer. So we don't shut them down, right? We might adapt, but we do our research first so we don't have to do that. Steven says, how fast does the money come into your account? This is for reinvestment purposes. So Steven, I'm assuming you're asking after somebody buys from your e-commerce store. If you use Shopify payments, it's 48 hours. Young says, I'm a beginner. How do I contact you to help me get started? Yeah, the best place if you're just getting started to go is dropshipwebinar.com. Go there. And if you have any questions, we have 24/7 support, literally around the clock support. You can ask questions by emailing support@dropshiplifestyle.com, support@dropshiplifestyle.com. Eric says, what software do you recommend for finding ideal products? I don't recommend any software. We use google.com. So yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, cool. So I'm going to hop back in, guys, to somebody named Anton says, stop skipping my questions. Is your name really Anton? I've only met one other Anton. Okay, I'm going to answer another Anton's question too in here in YouTube. Then I'm going to get back into Facebook for a minute. But another Anton says, how do I choose my shipping options? Cheap shipping, but long, with possibly many returns due to the time, or fast shipping, but a small profit margin. Okay, so other Anton, if that really is your name. I'm assuming you're drop shipping from China because you're asking about, long shipping times. The companies, again, you might have missed this, but the companies that we sell for are domestic suppliers. So for us, that means they're located in the States and their products are warehoused in the States. So even if we ship with the slowest shipping option, which is what we would offer for free, like a ground shipment, that's going to be, depending on where the warehouse is and where the customer is, maybe 2 to 5 business days, right? And that's slow. So we don't have this issue of customers waiting 3 weeks for an item. So I don't have a solution for you because, again, we don't drop ship from China. So, that's the answer to your question. Don't know if that helps, but yeah, my advice is don't drop ship from China. And if you want to know how we build our stores and how we find domestic suppliers, go to that link on the screen. Okay, let me see if there's a couple more questions I'm going to answer from Facebook before we wrap up. This is... Okay, so Dorothy says, I was reading your 21-day launch plan. I am confused about the differences between your brand, your logo, and your company name. They seem the same to me. No, so, okay, your company name is, dropshiplifestyle.com, right? That would be Dropship Lifestyle's name. The logo, you could just go to dropshiplifestyle.com and you can see the logo, okay? Then the brand, when we're talking about building brands, it's not just a name, it's the message behind it. I take you through the series of like how to come up with, how to create a strong brand, but it's things like the mission statement. It's things like what you stand for. It's things like your unique selling proposition and how you're different from the competition. So they are similar, but they're different, and they all work together to build that brand experience. Okay. Mario on Facebook says, what do you do with brand name search terms that are showing up in a different brand ad group? Mario, add them as negatives in that ad group. Daniel says, off topic, what software or app are you using to write on your screen? Is it off the iPad Pro? No, you can do that, Daniel. I'm right now using a Microsoft Surface. It's like that huge 28-inch thing. And I'm just sharing that screen, and it's kind of technical, but it's called like a cam link to pull in my PC, my Microsoft Surface into my Mac Pro to share, my iMac Pro. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question here, guys. This is, I'll answer two more. Bruno says, do you recommend YouTube ads? I have found that most people just skip the ad. Bruno, I love YouTube ads. Yes, most people skip them. That doesn't mean it's not worth doing. On the Facebook newsfeed, most people just scroll through ads too. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be running remarketing ads there. It's going to be the minority of people that see them that take action, but enough people are going to take action to make you a lot of money. So do it. Okay, then Andrea says, Anton, will you bring the done for you website promo anytime soon? Andrew, we're thinking about doing a package deal for like 3 different done for you stores, but at this point, nothing is clear or set in stone or anything. So can't confirm that. But with that being said, guys, we did go for just an hour. Awesome. So yeah, I said this in the beginning, but my son's school just opened today. It finally reopened, and he's 2 years old, and all the teachers have to wear face masks. So I'm a little scared of how he reacted to that for a full day. So I'm gonna go pick him up. We're gonna keep this one to the hour. For everybody that was here, I hope you got value. If you did, do me a favor, please, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, give the video a like. And if you know anybody that would benefit from this, please do share it with them. Finally, just to wrap this up, if you want to learn more about how we build highly profitable semi-automated stores, go to dropshipwebinar.com for a free training. And if you're interested in how we're building our promotions over the next 6 weeks to get more money now and take advantage of these low ad costs, comment learn more below, and I'll send you a message or comment later below with the link you can use to find out more there. So everybody, until next time, stay healthy, stay safe. If I didn't answer your question, feel free to email support@dropshiplifestyle.com, and we will be able to take care of you there. So thank you, everybody. As always, I appreciate you, and I will talk to you in the next one. See you, everybody.